Hi everybody, I'm Laura. Welcome back. I want to move this tray out of my way so I can, sit down and not fall over my own 2 feet. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a Beebeecraft tutorial, and I have y'all sitting here a little bit different than I kind of planned on, but that's okay. I've been playing around with how I wanted to do another tutorial, and it just isn't quite working the way I wanted to, so we're going to do this. I'm a little late getting my video started, but that's okay. It is what it is. Like I told you guys, I'm changing what I'm doing because I'm not going to stress it anymore. I'm not going to worry about things. I'm going to take care of me. So we're going to work with these absolutely gorgeous Keshi pearls. You know your girl loves her pearls. I love pearls, guys. These are beautiful. Everything from Beebeecraft that I got will be linked, and in the pinned comment will be the link to the unboxing. I'm also going to be using the pearls from last Beebeecraft. It took me a while to get videos out last time because I had a heart attack and had a bunch of medical issues going on, so I didn't get my videos out like I normally do. But these are some of the pearls from that. We are going to be using that in conjunction. And I need to order some more, what am I trying to say? Like wire. I think what we're going to use is the Abalone 7 strand bronze for the stringing part. And what I'm going to do today is we are going to make some different pendants to start with. I have all of my stuff put away. Actually, we're not going to need those. I need my cutters to start with. Let's open this bead strand up. There we go. And let's start with that. Get these all off from here. And then I'm going to put them in a plastic container I have sitting here. These are gorgeous. And I'm going to pick one kind of like that one. And possibly that one. And that one. So I have 3 pulled aside. We're going to make some pendants. And so we're going to start with that. I do need my round nose, my bent chain nose, and I know I had my flat pliers. Please tell me I didn't take them inside. I was using them, and now I don't see them. I don't think I took them inside. And I probably did. If I did, I'll have to pause and go get them when I need them. I may not need them. We'll see. All right, so we're not going to need this or the wire right away. We're just going to set that aside. We're going to make one that we're going to start out. It's going to be very, very simple. I was going to pull in some pearls that I've had for a while in with this mix, but I think we'll wait. Beebeecraft is an absolute amazing company. Besides, I don't think I have those pearls handy. And I'm tired of getting up and getting a bunch of stuff together. They're an absolute amazing company. First of all, if you order from Beebeecraft, remember it takes about 10 days to 2 weeks to get to you. So plan ahead. Also, they're always running sales. So that's amazing. So you never know from, just pop in and check things out. They have everything for all different kinds of crafters. They even have DIY kits if you're into finding kits to put together. They also offer free shipping if your order total comes to $25 or more. Awesome. And I also have a code down below that saves you 10% off your entire order. So that will save you even more. And they have everything from findings, pendants, pearls, gemstones, glass, just everything imaginable. And I made this in my unboxing because I try to also make something with each unboxing. So this was in my order. These here, bookmarks. I got a whole box of them. I try to bring different things to the channel each time that Lisa offers me, so that you guys can see everything that you can get. So I think today what we're going to do is we're going to make different styles of pendants using these pearls. You know, I love pearls. They are absolutely amazing. And my brain is working here, so give me a moment. I think we're going to start this one very, very simply. I'm going to get my little dish here, and we're going to put these in a dish so that they're out of my way. And get these up here in the dish so they're out of the way. And put them off to the side because I need to get to my, want some eye pins. So all the links to everything for Beebeecraft will be down below. And I want some head pins because I'm going to be working with both gold and mainly gold, and so I'm getting a bunch of them here on my off to the side, or that's my plan. My plans change, guys. You know, you never know. You never know what's going to happen. But you know, gosh, I'm kind of, oh, but they're really short. Let me see what my long ones look like. That may be one of the ideas. Never know. Never know. That may happen. Okay, so let's start with a very simple one. Okay, I'm just going to grab one. And the very simple one is going to be on a gold head pin. Oh gosh, you know what? I have, where's my butterflies? Oh wait, I have a flower. Nope, they're butterflies. They're all butterflies. Let's use one. Let's use, no, that is a flower. It's the last flower I have left, so let's use it. Come on, open, little guy. Ha ha ha. Now, let's get this straightened. This is 18 karat gold plated, and I don't know if you can get these anywhere. You can look on Beebeecraft under head pins or eye pins or something like that. And I think we're going to want to put little gold spacer beads. These are 2mm. And I think I have a rogue one here in my container. Let's see if it'll fit on this eye pin first of all. It has a tiny hole, so it may not fit. If it doesn't, we won't. Yes, it fits. Look at that. I want that between the end of this eye pin because there's kind of a little bump right there. And I think it'll help it sit better. And I think I'm going to want a white pearl. No, I think that's going to be perfect. I really like that, guys. I like it. Okay. Well, we just did that. What a thought. Okay. So this is from my stash. You can look on Beebeecraft and see what you can find. I think it's very elegant. Okay. Now I'm going to, ooh, I need more of those. Why did I put them away? You can see where my brain is today, guys. Okay. I may as well just get a little pile out because we're going to be using a few of these today. These are also from Beebeecraft. I do need to order a bunch of the 3mm from them. Okay, now I'm going to add so this pendant is going to be very simple, and I'm going to, this is we're going to probably want to do a wrap loop. I'm going to come just a hair above, making sure this is all down. I'm holding it against my finger, holding the pearl, keeping downward pressure so that nothing slides. I'm going to come just a hair up from that bead because I want to make sure that this is going to have a nice loop. I'm going to wrap back. I'm going to bring my pliers into that bend. I'm going to come around to the front, bring my pliers back around and into it. Now, I think I have way too much space there, so I'm just going to curl and bring it around and then pull my wire back. And then I'm just going to fix this. It's kind of wonky here. Get my bead back down out of there. I absolutely hate wire wrapping loops. I'm no good at it. I'm going to press that down. Okay. So now I'm a little more happy with my loop. Make sure my wire is sticking out where I want it to be. I'm going to center that loop a little better. All right. I'm going to keep my pliers in my loop, guys, because like I said, I think my other ones are inside where I was working. Yeah, kind of press this. Actually, I could probably do it with my fingers. And then I'm going to wrap this wire around. And it doesn't have to go a lot. So I've gone around twice. I will fix my loop, make it look prettier in a bit. And I'm going to clip that off really short. I see my little bit sticking up right there. I'm going to press that on down. I always struggle with my little bit that sticks up. Now I'm going to look and I want to straighten up my loop, straighten up my wire. There we go. Now, this pendant is ready to be used. Now let's work on one that's going to be a little more time consuming. And I think that's where this wire, and I'm not going to say this is going to work, it's just in my head. Okay? So if it don't work, it don't work. It will depend on if I can pass this wire through twice. So let's get rid of the trash. So we have, I'm going to take off, I don't know, a good long length because we're going to need to make a bail and all that. And I'm thinking, guys, my brain is just not with me today. Let's see first if this is going to go through two wires. Probably not. Don't look at it. That hole is really tiny. Nope. Okay. Well, that's okay. This one looks like it has a bigger hole, though. Nope. Okay. Well, that was a good try. But we could wire wrap. So we'll put it on. Leave us a good long piece up here to help make a bail. And we can wire wrap pearls around it. Let's do that. All right. I'm going to kind of bend this so I don't pull it back through while we're doing this. So I probably have about a foot, maybe a little less of this. I want one of these little beads close to the end. So I'm picking up one of the little 2 millimeters. I'm going to get some of these pearls off from one of these strands. I knew one of them was open. And we're going to wire wrap some of these pearls onto here. All right, so I've got one little gold guy on. And I want to start bringing it up. So I might want 2. So this is a bead with me. Yeah, I want 2. These are rice pearls. They're freshwater. And then I'm going to put another little gold one on. Oops, he's running away from me, guys. Oh, please, thank you. Another one. Hello, little guy. I know you've got holes in you. So I kind of want to plan how I'm going to wrap this. I think we're going to come up, wrap it around, come down the back, and then come back up. I think that's what we'll do. So let's go ahead and do it again. We'll see. We'll see what we think it looks like. If I don't like it, we will undo it. So that brings us up to the top. We would wrap, come down across the back. That helps hold everything in place. I would come back, wrap, and come up with a second one. Oh, you know what? I have an idea. Let's go for it. All right, so I have this on here. And I am going to hold all this in place, and I'm going to wire wrap this right here. It's all kind of fiddly, guys, but this will work. I have a plan. I'm going to wrap once, wrap twice, And then I am going to kind of pull this back because he kind of came forward, and that's okay. We'll make it stronger. We're going to come down, and then I am going to loop through right here. That steadies up this wire. And then I am going to wrap my metal wire. When I come around the back, I'm going to hook onto here. I'm going to have to wrap around the bottom. There we go. Wrapping it here, coming up right between that pearl, the metal spacer. I'm going to catch this metal here, the wire. I'm going to go around it and catch it. And then I'm going to keep wrapping. I'm going to come around from the other side. I'm going to catch it again. Just like that right here at this next one. Bring it up to the top and the back. And I'm going to wrap this around here. I'm going to have to get a hold of it a little bit better. From a better angle. Push it down. I don't know what I did with my what do you call it? Guitar pick. That thing is save your fingernails. Okay. Now I'm going to bring this one up off to the side right here. So this is what we've got. Look at the back. This side. Look at the bottom. This side. I really like how it came out. Okay. Now we're going to need to make a bail. And I think what I'm going to do is I am going to we're going to wire wrap this bail. We're going to make it here. We're going to bring this around. I'm going to come back up in here. We're going to leave it a long length because I am going to be making more than one loop, pulling it out, putting it back in, coming around this side, making it here, and I'm crossing back. I'm going to tip my pliers down into here, pulling them out, and I'm going to put them back in so that they're out of the way, and I'm coming this way. And I'm going to pull them back out and then put them to the back side, and this way my wire is ending up on this side. And then I can rock this forward. I now have a wire back here and a wire here, and I am going to wire wrap with the tail from the bail that I just made. So I'm going to turn it around, holding my 3 wires, and I'm going to pull the wire that I wrapped around the pendant out of my way, and I'm going to wire wrap the bail I made. That's going to be done first. I'm going to clip that off. I want to clip it off to the back. So I'm clipping that off short. I'm going to press that down. I'm going to bring this back up, and we are going to continue wrapping with that. Just one time is all it really needs. To the back. Just to get it in the back of the pendant. Clip it off. and press down your little ouchies. Now I do have a little bit of wire sticking up. We're going to work it around. And we just made a beautiful pendant. We're just going to grab this and we're going to straighten up the entire bail. Now remember, this was off center, the hole, so your bail is going to look a little strange. But now I want to turn this bail so it's facing forward. And there is our second pendant. All right, the third one, I think I want to use some wire. And I think I will use this. Okay. I'm just going to cut off a length of wire and do I want to use wire? I'm thinking, guys. You're beading along with me, so bear with me. We are going to put I think we're going to go, you know what? I know how we want to do this. I'll use that scrap for a bracelet or a couple pairs of earrings. Let me go ahead and get a longer piece of this. Oh, you know what? Let me go get my better stringing material. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. I went and got some of the 7 strand. Believe it or not, it's much thicker than the Abalone 7 strand, and we are going to pull off. I'm making a necklace. We're going to string the necklace and make the pendant all on one wire. And the very first thing we want to do is to put the pendant on. And I want, this is going to be about 18 inches, give or take. The whole necklace is not going to be 18 inches. There will be chain added to this, so it won't be strung 18 inches. But I want plenty of this to do what I'm going to do. So we are going to start by putting on, let's see. First we want to do what we're going to put at the very top, which is going to be one of those. Oh, first let's make sure this bead stringing is going to go through these twice. If it doesn't, we'll have to go with a much thinner. 1, 2. You don't look at, these are really small. We're going to have to go with a thinner. Will it go through these? I really hate to leave out the pearl, the little pearls. Yeah, it's not going to go through those either. Okay. That's okay. We'll use the thin stuff. I really didn't want to use the really fine bead stringing wire, but we will. Get this pulled off. I will double check before I go any farther though. Yeah, this is like super, super fine. Twice, no problem. Oops, get back up here. Yeah, whenever you're working with gemstones or pearls, check your wire before you start stringing. And I will use that piece in another project that I have planned. So we're going to go ahead and get the length of this. I'm almost out of this too. So this is a bronze color. Again, I'll pull off a good length of it. Get it to agree with me. It's like, no, no, you already took a piece off of me. Okay. Clean cut on the end of that. There we go. So I'm planning out how I want this pendant to look. I want to start out with one of those, another one, and do the same at the bottom. And I think that would look lovely. So what we're going to do is I want to string them on in that row. So I'm going to start with putting, yeah, I'm going the right way. It's been a while since I've done this, guys, so bear with me. Yep, I just flung it. I don't know why I was trying to do that in my hand. These tiny little guys, it's easier to pick it up like this. And now we're going to pick up our pearl. These are rice pearls from a previous Beebeecraft. And so are these little 2mm spacer beads. I thought about putting the little 4mm flower bead caps on these, but I didn't think it would look quite right. So I'm leaving them out for the time being. And then come on, little dude. I know you've got a hole in you. I can see it. There you go. Sometimes they just don't want to go on the wire. There we are. And then our next pearl. And so this is actually going to be a drop down from our necklace. And because I'm going to make this a drop, when I go through this one, I'm going to go through it like that. And then I'm going to skip this bead, the spacer bead I just put on, and I'm going to go back up through everything I just put on. I'm going to go back up through him. I'm going to go back up through this spacer bead above it. Get it hold still. And that pearl. And then I'm going to put it through the next spacer bead. I'm giving it a pull up. And you're going to want to be careful when you're doing this not to let your wire get kinked. So you want to watch that. Slowly pulling some of this through. I want this pearl and then this spacer bead up here to come on down with the rest and get him on. All right, get him to come down here with the rest. All right, I have this little space down here, but first I want to make sure that I have my wires somewhere near the same length. So I have this wire and this wire. I want them to be close in length. So I'm holding them in my hand up here. I know they're really tiny. And then I'm just going to take my pearls and I'm going to slide. And when I did that, I slid all of them down so that they're down at the bottom like this. Isn't that pretty? All right, now we're going to separate the two wires, and I am going to pick up two of the 2mm spacer beads on each of these, and this is where I'm going to put my clips on because I don't want them to fall off. Well, I think I took them inside. Nope, they're right here. So I'm going to put a clip here so I don't lose them because they will fall off quick. And one, come on, little dude. Two, come on. Two, there we go. The reason I'm doing this is because if you try to put a bead right up against here, it's not going to want to fit together. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and put a pearl, a spacer, a pearl, and I'm just grabbing them randomly, a spacer, and I'm going to put on a random Keshi. Kind of want him for earrings. Let's see what other one we got. That'll work. Ah, it's pretty. And a spacer. Actually, you know what? I think I want more pearls before I put another one of those on. I just feel like they need more space. Yeah, they definitely need more space before I put another big pearl on. Come on, little dude. If they fight with me, I'm not going to fight to put them on. I think we're going to go 5 and then a Keshi and then 5 more, and I think that would be perfect. So I have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, spacer, now I'll put this on. Oh yeah, that is so much better. We need to get more pearls out, guys. One of these is an open strand. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Absolutely beautiful. So let's get a spacer. You're going to hear garage work going on. I'm going to do this side with you and then I'll bring you back when we finish it off with chain. Oop, come on, little dude. There we go. Sometimes they're hard to pick up. I want to tell you guys I really appreciate you guys that watch my videos and my new subscribers, and I love reading everybody's comments. Come on, little dude. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. So this is really quite short, isn't it? I guess we're going to do I want to do one more section? So this is about, I took all of my measuring things inside. I cannot believe I did that. So this is about 10 centimeters, so about 5 inches. This is all. Yeah, we're going to do some more. We're just going to put one more on. Did I just pull one out? Well, don't matter. One more section. I don't know if this will make it feel... No, I think it's going to be fine. So I'm going to finish it off with 5 more pearls on this side. And that should be plenty long enough. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? These little guys are so hard to catch. It's funny. I have this little pile over here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. And it's like, dude, just get on the wire. It's not that hard. And I am trying my best to put them on, you know, the bigger side, if there's a bigger side down, just so they look cohesive. And then when I have this necklace done, I will go ahead and show you different ways to use these. So that's 3. And then 4. Come on, little guy. That's my 5th pearl. Oh yeah, that looks so much better. One more spacer, and I'm going to clip this side off so we don't lose it. And I'm going to go ahead and do this side to match, and I will be back in just a moment when we get ready to close these off. Okay, so I have this all done, strung up, and yes, I saw my mistake and I fixed it. I couldn't let it go. I was missing a little gold spacer bead and it was driving me crazy. I had to fix it. So we're going to go ahead and close this off. And you want to make sure that your beads are down where they need to be. Everything's in line. And you do want to make sure that it's not poker straight. One thing you want is when you put your necklace on, it flows nicely. And we're going to make sure we put these on in a way that you can get into your clamshell and be able to close it. So I open my clamshells wider so I can get my pliers in there. I'm going to curl this, and then I'm going to put on a crimp tube. Drop it down inside the clamshell. And I'm going to kind of put my finger against there, and I'm going to kind of put something here to help hold them from flopping around. I'm going to reach inside this clamshell. I know it's hard to see when I'm doing this. And I'm going to grab that crimp. This is pretty small wire. I might put another piece of wire in there to help hold it. And I think I will. You won't really see it. I'm just putting a second piece in there to give that crimp something to grab onto. And I will clip both pieces of wire. See if I can get it to go down in there. Yes. All right. That will give, because this is super thin wire, more for that crimp to grab onto. Otherwise, it could easily fail. I'm squeezing that wire really good, crimping down, mashing down that crimp. I don't want no spaces around any of that wire, and it may still fail. I may have to get my tiny little crimp beads out and use them in place of a crimp tube. Let me give this a tug test. Yeah, see, it's way too tiny. All right. You know what I could do? Well, no, that's not going to work either. Try it again. I am going to get my tiny little crimp beads, and I'll be right back. Just know that, you know, it happens, especially when you're dealing with wire this small. Whoops. He just went for a ride. I'll have to find him. These are, they're supposed to be 2 by 1.2, but I think they're even smaller than that. And I should be able to get away with just one wire inside that tiny little crimp bead. And you're really not going to be able to see what I'm doing now. It is super duper tiny. I'm going to get hold of it, press down in, give it a squash, and I dropped it. Boy, these are so tiny. This wire is probably, but the other wire wouldn't do what I wanted it to do. It is holding. All right, we're going to trim this off. Now, if you notice, there is some play, and that's because these are really big beads. But if you have it bent or curved, it's going to take up that play. So don't worry about if you have a little bit of space. If you are concerned about that, you might be able to squeeze a, I can't remember what to call it. There's another word, or you can, well, that's not going to fit over that, but you get the idea. You can put a bead cover in between there, but then that will stiffen this whole thing up, and it won't be fluid. But it is to each person's preference, and we're on this side. If you want another way to see how to tighten this, I will show you real quick. Like, we can still tighten it a little bit, and we just need to pull here, pull these all up, give this a little pull, give this a little tug, and I just tightened that up. So now you don't have that play. It's still pretty loose. Okay. I do not know where that crimp bead went, so I'm going to have to get another one. He just went for a flying leap right out of my hand. I have to keep these separate from all the rest of my stuff because they look like little spacer beads, so we have to be careful with them. Clamshell, open it wide. I know this video is super long, but I thought it'd be really cool to see different ways to make pendants with your pearls. and get in there, push him down, and squash. These small crimp beads, I know they have them on Beebeecraft. So, it's on there tight. We're going to trim it. Close up our crimp, our clamshells. I am going to give it, line this one up a little bit better. Give it a hug. Close it, hug. We're going to put our chain on. I cut, this measures, I forgot. Yeah, it was 6 inches before I put the clamshell on. So I've cut just under 5 inches. It's like 4 3/4. And then by the time you add the clamshells and all the jump rings, I forgot to get them all out. You will have like a 23, 24 inch bright necklace. So that is a perfect size. And guys, I absolutely love pearls. Pearls has become kind of something that people don't work with as much as they used to, but they are still a very classic part of your, should be a classic part of your wardrobe. They should always have pearls in your jewelry box. That's just how I feel. I have lots of pearl necklaces. I have pearl rings. And I love wearing pearls. They are just timeless. They're great for graduation gifts. They are great for wedding gifts. They are great for new mothers. You know, for that memorial part of being a motherhood, you know, to give when they have their child, you know, maybe with a mother and child figure. I have one of those that I got. There's just so many ways to give the gift of a pearl. So, and back in the days when people couldn't afford diamonds, pearls were one of the things that gentlemen gave to their new wives as their wedding ring. If they didn't give them just a plain Jane band, a lot of times it was a pearl. Okay, now I know I sat out a 6mm. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I forgot to get it out. But I thought I had one there. Okay, we're going to use a 6mm jump ring to clasp into. And nowadays you can get colored pearls, different shaped pearls. Things are, and pearls are, you know, harvested so much better than they used to be before, you know. It wasn't I can't say it. But anyways, you know what I mean. So there is, this is beautiful. You know, I love it. Beautiful pearl necklace. Ah, oh, that is gorgeous. All right, so as far as these two go, I like that one. Where are we at time? It's going to be long. We're almost an hour. So this one here, I think would look good on just a chain. I don't think we would want to put him on, and I think a dainty chain, not anything too extravagant, but he still needs more pearls. So I have a strand of pearls in mind that need to be restrung because they were restrung by the original owner, and when they restrung them, they kind of damaged them, and they restrung them on just plain cord, so that diminished the value, so I wasn't able to sell it. And I was like, you know what, people these days don't want long strands of pearls. You just saw me do that, guys. I almost wanted to cry there for a second. All right, so look, that's what that is. Just somebody strung it on cord. Okay, it looks like sewing thread. Okay, they did it with thread and needle, apparently. All right, I'm just gonna not cry. But we're gonna get some of these out, and we're gonna do a real simple stringing. And it's going to be short. It's not going to be a long video. I am going to string, say, that many. And the rest of them I'm going to put in probably this container, because now they are loose pearls. And who knew? Goodbye, JTV. All right, let's string these. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I just did that. Yes, I can. All right, and you know what? No, I think we're just going to put this on. We're just going to put it on. Oh, this is going to be gorgeous. I'm going to put it on, and we're going to put on, oh, this is where we're going to use these. These also came from Beebeecraft. I'm not going to use a lot of them. I'm just going to put a few on. So this is 7 strand. This is a thicker 7 strand. So I'm going to go up through the back. I'm not going to make you sit through the whole thing. Put a pearl on. So the person that restrung this necklace damaged some of the pearls by poking it with a needle. Pearls are not a super strong gem, so you can very easily damage them. I think I'm going to go pearl, and then every so often add a pearl with I like that. That is really, really pretty. And then I think we'll go another one. And then the next one will have a and I won't make this one a whole lot of pearls because a lot of people don't care for a strung necklace. So, I can't believe that just went there. Well, I can't get it. It's inside of my light stand, and I don't want to disrupt you guys. So, I'll get it here in a bit. That is so pretty. Now I'll do another pearl. And then we will do another necklace I'll string it with you guys part way, just like I am this one, and then I'll bring you back when I have them all completed, because there's no sense in you guys watching the same thing over and over. I did 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, one more pearl, and then I want to do like just 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Come on, little dude. There we go. So that is how this one is going to look. It's just going to have a short section, and I'm going to clip this. Let's see how much I'm going to need for up both sides, because the other one is going to be kind of the same way. It's just going to be a short section of pearls, I hope. Well, maybe I better not, because I can always make bracelets with it. Let's clip that off and work on the next pearl. Okay. I actually might just use these on the next one, because that is this pendant and it has these pearls. So let's do that. Okay. Because this one has these pearls already on it. Do you want to make that go forward? Get us another length of our 7 strand. And I'm getting off probably about a foot. That's plenty, because a lot of this will be just, there we go, have chain in the back. So again, we're going to put this in the middle. Oh, that's so pretty. We're going to get us off some pearls coming out this end. And I didn't need to use that, so let's get that off the table. I want a pearl on either side, but I think I will use these on the fatter ends of the pearls, so I'm going to get some more out. So I want 1. I want to make sure it won't go through. It won't go through. So I want the bigger end of the pearl. Well, maybe you won't go on there. There he goes. And then I want to do the same thing on this side. We want a bead cap. These are 4mm bead caps. And then this side is bigger. So it'll be like that. And then I think we'll go ahead and do another bead cap. See how it looks. Oh, that looks fine. So we'll go ahead and do that. All right, now I have we're going to use spacer beads instead of the little 2mm ones. I think they're going to be too big though. I think they're going to be too big. All right, we're going to stick with these. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2. I don't know. I don't know, guys. We'll see. We'll try 2 and see how it looks. If I don't like it, we will undo it. Actually, I didn't need spacer beads there, did I? Let's back that off. Put the pearl back on. Two spacer beads. After I quit chasing it. Come on. You were already on there. You know the deal. There's some really weird shaped pearls. I think we'll leave him off to the side. He's too much of a teardrop. He'd be great on a pair of earrings though. Pearl. Let's go ahead and try 2 more. Come on, little dude. There we go. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm going to go ahead and clip this end so I don't lose it. And then I'm going to finish working with this. So that's 1, 2, 3. I think we'll go ahead and put a bead cap, a pearl, bead cap, two spacer beads, pearl. Well, that one's pretty round, so let's save those 2 for when we need to put bead caps on them. There's 1. 2. Pearl. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, I did it, didn't I? I didn't need those. After struggling to get them on there. Oh goodness, guys. Hey, we all do it. And it's okay. Just catch it before you close it. Sometimes you don't catch it before you're done and you're like, why did I do that? And we've all been there. Oh my goodness, at least I caught it. How many of you were like screaming at me? I know you must have been because I heard you. There we go. Now we'll put 2 of these on. Maybe that's why he didn't want to get on there. He's like, no, it's not my turn. You need to put a pearl on. Pearl. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to finish it off with 3 in a row of these. And this side will be done. And I'll show you what it looks like. And then I'm going to complete them off camera and be right back. I think this is going to look gorgeous. Okay. So this is what this looks like. and it's going to be just very short and then finished off with chain. I think it'll be very complimentary. I love that wrapped look on that pearl. Very beautiful. All right, guys, I'm going to finish these two up and I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I am back and I am finished. And I'm going to start with the first pendant that we put together, and that is this one that I used this floral head pin. See if I can get it to focus. And just made a wrapped loop on the top. And I used my harvested freshwater pearls to make this necklace. I did put the 2mm spacer beads and the little 4mm flower bead caps that all came from Beebeecraft, and these beautiful Keshi pearls from Beebeecraft. I love them. They're beautiful. It makes such a beautiful pearl necklace. And then the second one that I wrapped was this one. And these are pearls from a previous Beebeecraft. They are rice pearls and they are freshwater. I wrapped the Keshi pearl with it with a 24 gauge craft wire, made a bail, and again, I used the 2mm spacer beads and the little 4mm flower bead caps, and I added some chain again, and it is so beautiful. I love how that turned out, but I think this is my favorite. Again, we used one strand of 7mm, and because of the size difference in beads, even though 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you'll notice that some pearls are bigger than others. You're going to have a little bit of difference, and it will show up. Like this pearl here is bigger than that pearl. This pearl here is bigger than that pearl. And if I really, wanted to get really picky, I could, have sat down and made sure every single pearl matched on each side and made sure I used the same size Keshi pearls. And, I wasn't overly concerned about that, but I did make sure that I used the same number so that the numbers matched. And I started out just only making it that long, but I went ahead and did another section and it turned out beautiful. I did a full tutorial on this one in this video. I think it turned out lovely. I love how that looked, and the gold just sets them off. I think pearls look best with gold. It's just my opinion. I know everybody likes certain things, and that's just how it is. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me. I want to thank Beebeecraft for having me back, and stay tuned. Next week you're going to see something completely different using 2-hole beads with Beebeecraft with the Rhodonite 2-hole beads, and I hope you enjoy that also. And again, all the links are down below. Thank you guys. Bye bye.